Hello humans and otherwise, I'm Addie and welcome back to my blind Let's Play of Sonic Superstars. This Let's Play doesn't have long one way or the other. Because, to the end of the game anyway! We're Frozen Base Act 3. I don't remember this one being all that difficult. Just a shooter. So let's go for it. Should be simple enough. Honestly, I wasn't sure you'd even make it this far into the game. They're saying I've heard about the difficulty of this. And it's been harder, for sure. But I've had worse. Hasn't been as bad as I thought. Certainly harder than the base game. Like, this is more difficult than the base game, too. Like, I don't remember them firing like this before, but they sure are now. Hey, just... yeah. Yeah, there's like more enemies and they're firing a lot too. I don't remember if they even fired at all originally. Alright, here we go. Beat this boss, well, pretty easily originally. And it wasn't hard. The first bullet hell I've played. Ow. Don't know if I really want to call it a bullet hell, but, you know. The last one I played is essentially Nier Automata. Of course, the trick they have you here with is you gotta hit it when it's firing at you. So it's risky to even attack the thing. It almost looks like it's firing blood cells out or something. Must be a Vulcan that's got green blood. Oh no! And missed every single one of them. And then there's this thing. It's like, how about you not pull those spheres around you? That way you can't take damage because you have no weakness, as I mentioned originally. Yeah, now they just take more hits. That seems to be all this is. They take more hits now. Really? See, that acts simple. Alright, Egg Fortress Zone. We're at the end. And yeah, I was wondering if those were like spinning lightsabers. Pretty much, yeah. Again, this is the... You're playing this trip, so they're gonna give you things that only she can deal with. They're requiring you to double jump and such. In the original game, they had you account for 4 characters that you could play as. Not this time. This probably isn't going to be very fun, though. Especially when that happens. Now, I don't think that platforming is any more difficult. It was just me screwing up. That's all that was. Me simply doing it wrong. Or maybe the platform is a bit more difficult, huh? I don't know. Either way, I'm wondering how tough the final boss is actually going to be. Oh, of course, I'll just fly off the screen. Or is it going to be one of those things where there's like an extra final boss? That's a possibility, too. Or maybe it's just a different final boss entirely. Again, like a Knuckles story from, you know, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which I have compared this to. He's got a different final boss. Right, but he didn't even travel through the Death Egg Zone. In this case, well, Shook does go through what's basically a Death Egg Zone. So that would be this right here, the equivalent of the Death Egg Zone. There you go with no gravity. And this place is always pretty simple, really. But again, it's a floatiness. But this floatiness is easy to deal with in being the jellyfish in Cyber Station Zone. Yeah, let's say, mess that up and up. Grab the wall. And of course, knockback, ruining everything, as it does. Again, knockback, ruining everything, as it does. And they're like, no, you can't climb that for some reason. Infinite enemies! Somehow. Somehow Eggman always has infinite resources to create all this stuff. Or to get all the funding and resources to do it, to end up using all the resources on the planet. Like, there's no metal left on the planet to use. He's already used all of it. So no one can actually do anything anymore. Don't need it grabbing it anyway. Ugh. Points that don't matter. Zoom! I'm not going to jump into it and get lasered again immediately like I always did before. No, I'm not doing that this time. Still just sitting here being really surprised. I even made it this far to begin with. Actually, an egg fortress. Somehow. Alright, the rings. Yeah, I'm not expecting to be able to use Super Trip here at all. But that's okay. Alright, so all the enemies, all the bouncing. Anything up there? Nope, nothing at all. It's a state. Ah. Usually the best route, right? That's how Sonic games tend to go. Anti-grav. Every time I see the back of Trip's head, like, it really, really looks like you're wearing a helmet. When you have an actual helmet. I know what looks like a helmet is actually just your head. It's part of your body. It looks like a helmet, though. The Sonic characters always look weird anyway. They're like super, super thin limbs, big hands, big feet, giant eyes. And I like the design, it's just weird looking. I'm not saying it's bad at all, I like how it looks. Grabbed onto the wall perfectly right there at that last moment. I did not expect that. Ooh, hey, rings. It's for you, Super Trip. Whoa! Run! Really? What? How? How are you pushed away by it? Just contact damage. That's what you do. Right. It's like, where's your contact damage that you're supposed to do? They made it to the end anyway. Alright, so unless something changes, it's time for the end of the game. Either the game is finished, or I simply give up on this whole thing. I don't know which it's going to be. I'd rather finish the story. Depends on if you beat the final boss. However difficult that might be. Let's go! Egg Fortress Zone, Act 2. Haha! A bit too slow there. Use the enemies to bounce across. Nice. Okay, yeah, it's the exact same thing. It's just the exact same level backwards. And I am really shocked that Super Trip is a thing that happened. But it was. And I like it. Okay. It's like they It's like the game's saying, hey, you're supposed to use Super Trip here. Actually, I think it is saying to use Super Trip. There's like no way through that. You seriously need Super Trip in order to finish this? Like, you have to have all the emeralds to even get through Act 2? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they did that, considering how many times the true ending has been locked behind having all the Chaos Emeralds. Like an extra final stage you can only get by getting them all manually. They do that kind of thing, so it's not a surprise, but I wouldn't expect it to be like in Act 2 where you're already in the zone and all that, you know? Because that's not how they do it. So it's like an extra zone that you couldn't access without it. Not, oh, you could be in the zone, you just can't complete it. Woo! Like, imagine you're already in Doomsday's. You actually make it to Doomsday Zone in Sonic 3 and Knuckles at the end. You're actually there, and then you just immediately fall the. You just immediately fall into the pit and die because you're not supersonic. Well, you're into the zone, you just can't complete it because you're not supersonic. It's like that here. You can come here, but you can't finish it unless you're Super Trip. No! Not fast enough! I had that problem on the first playthrough of this too, right? I think so. It's been a while since I did that. I haven't edited those videos yet. No time, let's just go, 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 go! That's what the game expects anyway. Just go for it! In the words of Beautiful Joe, just go for it! I think it's Beautiful Joe that does that. I know, especially once I played that too. I wouldn't mind more Beautiful Joe games, but I don't think Capcom ever's gonna make any. I want to go through there, but cannot. Oh well. I don't need that. I've no interest whatsoever in those things. Do have an interest in rings, though. They're kind of useful, you know? It was in the middle of jumping and hitting the enemy, it still got hit anyway. It didn't look like one of those caterpillar shots either. I mean, if it was, I understand that, since obviously you get hit by those, you just take damage no matter what. This is how that's always worked. But it didn't look like that was the case. Yeah, from the looks of this, it really looks like getting to the final boss is going to be simple enough. The trick is just going to be winning. Depending on how difficult it is. Or if there's not, one extra zone past this or something, I don't know. Gotta find out, though! Well, hopefully find out. Now, I need to be able to actually win first, and that's iffy. No guarantee of that one. I like it if there was a guarantee of that one, though. That one just wouldn't come down. I gotta say, though, if it ends up being a bit, like, way too much, I might just, look up how to win and then try to do that. If it just gets to be too crazy. Like if I determine the final boss is too hard or something. Yeah, it's hard to do when the projectiles just appear out of nowhere because they're appearing in reverse. It's pretty annoying, you know? Well, as long as there's a lot of rings scattered all over the place. Oh, here we go again. Just gotta go, boing! Alright. This is where the final boss was last time. Let's see what happens this time. Hey, it's you! Fang / Knack / whatever the hell your name is. Oh, it's different. Alright, let's see what you got. I expect several deaths as I try to figure out this fight, of course. Right now, this doesn't look like anything I can do anything with. It's just like dodge missiles. Okay. So that's how this is gonna be, huh? That's how this is gonna be? You got rings, but they don't matter. You simply die when you get hit. They're pulling instant death garbage. Yeah, okay, doing that in Sonic 2 took me a little while. But in that case, you didn't even have rings. And that fight, those fights weren't really that bad. It took me a while to learn them so I could do it. Because you can't get hit even once because you have no rings. I mean, in Sonic 1 it was really easy. In Sonic 2 it was a lot harder. It took me many tries. That gave me the ability to do it really quick and easy. But now it's like, you have rings and you still die in one hit. I mean, I don't imagine all the attacks are like that. Those missiles probably make you lose rings when you get hit. Okay, so gotta hit the right one as it's zooming down, I see. Okay, so far this fight isn't bad. The issue is just the instant death attacks. This might prove useful. You only hit him one at a time, though, obviously. Looks like maybe you go to the side and then hit him that way. So far, this isn't even that bad. It's like pretty much as difficult as the final boss was in the base game. I say base game, but you know what I mean. Even though this is still the base game. It's not like this DLC or something. Before you get away. Alright, what you doing? You're going off screen for a moment, so I was wondering if you were doing something extra. No, same stuff. We got one ring left, but... Oh, okay, that's a lot of them. Screw you. Of course, can't do that again. Oh. Time is 0, but it doesn't matter, so you don't have that dumb time limit that kills you instantly for no reason. Still one ring, so doing okay as far as I'm concerned in terms of that. Maybe using this power isn't so good right now. I was hoping to like zoom in and nail him, but no. Not like that. Yeah, the instant death lasers aren't really that bad. What I'm worried about is there's probably going to be a phase 2, and then I'm not going to have these emerald powers. Come on. It worked! Phase 2? There's gotta be a phase 2. It's the final boss, there's gotta be a phase 2. Yep. Here comes that thing. Okay, here we go, final phase. See what this thing can do. Alright, launch those back at it, just like before. That's... Blue ones? Yeah, I think I stuck the blue one back at you. Yeah, of course he's firing corks. That is the weapon he has. He does use that. So it's no surprise that you do that. Got you again! You're not gonna be hitting me with cork gun. Okay, just watch out for these. And hit the blue ones. Alright, so I have no doubt you're gonna this fight itself will probably also have a phase 2. Because the other one did too. Essentially phase 3 of the fight. Oh wait, no, this was the phase. No, but it goes into the background and such, yeah. No, no! Okay, that's also... Okay, that was just funny. Okay, I'll give him that one. That was at least funny to see. That's instant death. Okay, that's another instant death move. But getting Super Smash Brother against the screen, and even cracking the screen, that was funny. It was worth dying to that at least once. That was great. Ah. But yeah, so far this fight is basically as hard as it was previously. There really isn't much difference there. I found Sonic 4 Episode 2 to be harder because of the final boss. And this, so far, even with the instant death, is still easier than Sonic 4 Episode 2 final boss. Which is shocking to me, honestly. He says, now I'm saying screw your instant death lasers, I'm just hitting them anyway. Come on. Oh yeah, there's lots and lots of them. And now here's the problem. There are just so many of them shielding him that you can't hit him. See if we can do better this time. This part is like really easy, actually. But even with instant death, I'm honestly quite surprised, considering how difficult like the Frozen Base boss was. No! No! And that's why the pit is there. And that's exactly why that pit is there. Let's go! You think you can keep up with me? Uh-oh. Wasn't able to do it that time. Thing, wait for me! Finished recording Sonic Adventure yesterday, so... just coming up after this one. I know. No! Into the hole. There's the funny part. I mentioned how the first phase is actually really easy, yet I've died several times trying to get back to phase 2. This is like the second time I've actually made it here. No! Okay, you can't escape. Tried to before, failed to do it. Didn't need to get one shot by the screen again, as amusing as that is. And happen again. I do see a path forward on this boss. I do so far see a way to win. Okay, I've gotten better at phase 1 now. I can get back here sooner. It'd be nice if I didn't have to worry about phase 1. I could just go back here, have a checkpoint or something, you know? No, 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 no. Just gotta watch out for that pop gun that is a one-shot. Got 8 rings now, though. Of course, it doesn't matter if I die in one hit. I'm continuing with this because I see a path forward. I see a future in which I win. Not like that, though. I mean, webs? Yep. Aha! Stay at the high points. Makes it easier. Go your bots. Oh no, it's these again, right? Yeah. Boom! Woo! You're launching me now. Got you again! More shots, alright. Now what? Ooh! No! Ah! It was doing so good, too! Really? Only got 1 ring this time, but, you know, every time I end up losing, it's because of instant death anyway, so it... Oh, the emerald powers come back! The emerald powers come back anyway! Nice! Probably the most useful one to be slow down. Specifically for those nets. Those nets are always the problem. Everything else, not really. It's always the nets. Really gotta avoid those pop guns. I wonder if there's still instant death if you're not trapped in the net at the time. Maybe they just do ring damage if you aren't in the net. I wonder about that. Ring! Must have ring! Things like that aren't instant death. Just avoiding instant death is really all this fight seems to need. Boing. And seriously, that's all this is so far. Just avoid dying instantly, and you're good. Oh, no, no, no! It's still instant death! Okay, I got pinned. Good to know that it's still instant death, though. I mentioned plenty of times about how AI loves to cheat in games. This is a perfect example of that. Rings don't matter, you die instantly anyway. That is the AI cheating. It doesn't have to follow the rules or make you lose rings, it simply makes you die. That is not how Sonic works. Unless you fall into a pit or get crushed, that's always killed you instantly. But that's not what this is! And you just die instantly anyway! AI cheats, and you notice the AI always cheats in its own favor, too. Gives itself a huge advantage where it can just kill you instantly. It completely ignores its own rules. Boing. And, no! Whew. Screwed up there. And didn't Trip destroy this thing in the main game anyway? She just went super and one-shot it. And somebody here at the final boss. I mean, it wasn't painted or anything either, so it was like the initial version of it or something. This would be like a new version of it that was rebuilt after that one was destroyed. I mean, it is a giant machine. So you can't just rebuild the thing. Like, it's better, so she can't just fly into it via super form and win instantly. It's hiding in the background. But she flew into the background during the cutscene. Showing she can just fly into the background and hit it. But I can guarantee if using Super Trip now, you wouldn't be able to just fly into the background and hit it. The game's not going to let you do that, no. Whew. Okay, nice. Oh, hey, new! This is new! Okay, I gotta hit you when you do that, I see that. Just hit you when you do that. I did see a place to hit it, just didn't do it right. I say, you do that again? Nope, you're just doing this. The easy version at that. Did I get you? Is that actually it? Is it over? Or do you have another phase? Nope, that's it. That wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it might be. I've had worse and succeeded. Still put your helmet on. Alright, that's Trip's story. I did not expect to succeed in this. But here's credits on Trip. Yeah. Whew. The final boss was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. No way. I was looking at the composers here. I never bothered looking at the credits before. T. Lopes, he's actually in this. Nice. He's got good. He makes some good music. I really liked what he did in Sonic Mania. Can't complain. Yeah. Super Trip Fly. Not sure what to say about this, really. Other than, I'd say the hardest boss was Frozen Base Act 1, really. Probably died more on that than anything else, including the final boss, which had instant death attacks. But without those instant kill attacks, I probably would have done it in one. Yeah, there's a fair chance would have finished the fight in one attempt, honestly. It wasn't really that hard, surprisingly. Part of that could have been because, finished the first story, so I'm already used to the difficulty this game has. Even though Trip's story is harder, I mean, the fact that instant death attacks even exist is evidence of that. Yeah, game cheating, not following its own rules. Of course, the rules of Sonic games are, you get hit, if you have rings, you drop the rings. All of them, barring certain circumstances, like a blue ring or something. No, that still means you drop all of them, right? They just dropped in huge bunches. But yeah, if you have rings and you get hit, you drop all your rings. If you get hit when you have no rings, you simply die. That's how Sonic has been since the beginning. And then suddenly, here, well, except for if you get crushed or fall into a pit or drown, those all kill you instantly. Unless you're sometimes Supersonic doesn't drown. Like here, it seems like if you have the emeralds, you don't drown. In Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you need a Hypersonic to not drown. Here, it doesn't look like you drown if you're just super. They just change the rules as they go. But at the same time, the emeralds have all these superpowers in this game. They didn't have any other ones, and they haven't had since. So maybe the emeralds are just more powerful in this specific location, on these islands. Which is possible. It said that, I think, during the initial credits. Like if they have the explanation of, oh, it's just this area that gives you emerald these abilities, and you can't have them other places other than on these islands. Like, okay, that's fine. Let's go with that. I don't mind. I prefer it to be explained in universe, but at the same time, it's a 2D Sonic game that really is the story here. This is the type of game where you have the story in the manual. So of course I understand it not being there. I understand not saying anything about it. It could just be implied. And that's just fine. I definitely like Trip, though. I like how she looks. I like how she moves. Her animations. Instead of how they have special animations for her super form. That's really nice. I love that. I like just being able to actually fly, which Supersonic can do, but they just take away his ability to do it for gameplay for some reason. Then you got, like, you know, final boss fights where he does fly around, like Doomsday Zone or, you know, Final Hazard and Dark Gaia and all that stuff. When you play a Supersonic, you actually do fly around. Or like, well, Sonic Mania does it too if you reach a true final boss. So many games have Supersonic to be fly. But he suddenly can't do it in normal gameplay for some reason, even though they have a character here that can. And I go and make one part of the final level that you have to fly in order to finish it in the first place. Like, you better have those emeralds. Which they are kind of a pain to get. But it is really, really nice that they don't make you do it again. It's like, oh, they notice there's a problem here. Trip goes to take care of it. Sonic's like, okay, you're gonna handle this? Here are the Chaos Emeralds you collected in your last adventure here. Use them for yourself. I know you can handle it. You did it once already anyway. And so that's my headcanon of how I Trip start with all the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic just hands them to her. Like, here, use them. Or if you didn't get them all, of course, he just gives her the ones that you already collected. And she's got to get the rest herself, which is fine. But the fact that you start with them and don't need to collect them all again is how it should be. But when it comes to, like, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I kind of get why you have to collect them all again there. You know, because I suppose you can say that, well, yeah. No, it's too inconsistent for that. You know, it's just, you gotta find the emeralds in, like, every game. It's kind of like, whenever Sonic uses the emeralds, they just get scattered and you gotta collect them all again and get scattered back into special stages and such. Except for when they just show up, like in Sonic Adventure, for example, they're just there. They don't need to worry about special stages. But, you know, in Sonic 2, you finish the game with all the emeralds, and he even goes super during the ending. Then at the beginning of Sonic 3, which seemed to take place immediately after Sonic 2, he still has he just turns super again right away, like he still has the emeralds, so they don't scatter immediately. So again, how did the emeralds get back into special stages in Sonic 3 and Knuckles playthrough, which takes place after Sonic's? Sonic should still have all of the emeralds, because you literally see that during the credits. He turns into Super and or Hyper Sonic at the end of the credits. You got all the emeralds or Super Emeralds. So he still has them. So then how did they end up back in the special stages in the exact same location, so Knuckles needed to collect them again? There's no consistency. Makes me wonder how they're going to start handling that in the future, or if they even are, with their whole thing of trying to get a coherent storyline going. In a series that doesn't have a coherent storyline, it was never built to have one. Yeah. These credits are too long. Can I skip them? I don't want to return to main menu. I want to see if, like, anything else happens. So I'm wondering if return to main menu will, like, do something I don't want. Well, I got nothing left to say for this right now. I'll just cut to the end of this. And if anything extra happens, of course, I'll show that. So, see you when the credits end. I think that's the same amount of medals got last time, too. Fireworks indeed! Oh, this one's a firework. It's actually showing the characters too. It's like a Tails firework or an Eevee firework. Or like a Knuckles firework. Last story! There is more! This is like Sonic Adventure! Or Sonic Heroes, more like in this case. No, it's like, yeah, Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah. There is something else! Super Sonic! And a dragon! Okay, so there is more. Alright, so that's coming next. I guess this Let's Play isn't done yet. Looks like there's going to be one episode left, maybe more. I don't know how long this last story is, but they're usually really short. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you in what might be the finale.